Hello there, people of the internet. You know what I hate? I hate when you go out and you get yourself a batch of military surplus ammo because maybe you found it for cheap, or maybe somebody just so happened to have some, or you just find yourself in possession of it. And then you go to the range, you sit down, you load up your rifle, you take aim at your target, you pull the trigger, it goes click, and then nothing happens. And so you recock the gun, click. Nothing happens, or maybe it's a click, bang, or you get duds or hang fires. I hate that. That is by far my least favorite thing to encounter in the firearms world. Well, no, hold on. Second least, that reminds me of a funny story. Whenever I was out testing different things, we sat down with my Ishapur 2A1 and we went to pull the trigger, and the sear in the firing pin dropped only slightly, and the bolt locked up. So we had a live round inside of a chamber, and we had nothing holding this thing back other than the fact that the bolt was locked up, and we couldn't pull that striker back. We couldn't unlock the bolt. We just couldn't do anything. Ultimately, we discovered that it was an out of battery safety because the bolt wasn't all the way closed. But boy, that was a tense moment because we had no idea if that striker was going to fall at any point in time, and we didn't know if it was going to happen whenever we unlocked that bolt and we were going to have an out of battery detonation. Oh god, that was the worst. That was the worst. But let's see, hold on, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, duds and hang fires. I wanted to see if I could make military surplus dud and hangfire ammunition more reliable. So I took a known bad batch of 8mm Mauser and I put it in the sun for a couple of days, and then I dried out some rice and I put it in the rice, which was also quite warm whenever I put it in, and I closed it up inside of a airtight container, and I left it there for like a month to see if I could draw out any moisture. Wow, that's thunder. To see if I could draw on any moisture that might be inside of the ammunition and maybe make it a little bit more reliable. So after I did all that, I took it out to the range, and this is the results. All right, test firing the known bad batch of 8mm Mauser ammo. This sat in the sun for a good long time, warm up the ammo quite a bit, try and get whatever moisture out of it that I could. And then I put it in rice. Originally, I was going to do it for like a week, but then life happened and it turned into more like a month. So it sat in rice for like a month, and I'm just curious to see how well this is going to work. So this ammo, every single round that I fired, not these ones, this is Turkish ammo. I got two different kinds of 8mm Mauser in here. But this particular stuff, this is Greek ammo. And this batch of Greek ammo, every single round I had, I was getting duds and hang fires. Each and every one. So I took like 2 boxes of the stuff from the case that I'd gotten. Originally, I was just going to break them down and use them as components, and I wanted to see if I could get them more reliable by trying to draw as much moisture out of the primers and the powder as I possibly could. Maybe this ruined it. I don't know. We're going to have to find out here. So I got my Yugoslavian 24-47, and we're just gonna load up a couple of rounds and see if she goes bang. Nothing else was done to this ammunition. It's just known bad ammunition, like known by me. Some of this Greek ammunition, some batches you get, it's fantastic stuff. Some batches you get, it's absolute trash. This particular batch is one of those examples of absolute trash. So I'm just gonna pull the trigger. We're gonna see if it goes bang. That wasn't a dud or a hang fire, but let's not get too excited now. That was just one round. Let me toss that bad boy right there, and I will send another here. Where's that steel plate at? I see it out there. Oh, that's a dud. Try it one more time. Go. She fired that time. Man, that hits hard. These are 198 grain bullets that we're sending through this thing, and boy, that is a bunch of recoil behind them, dude. Alright, let's fire this again. Maybe my efforts are in vain. Maybe they were not fixed. There we go. Seems to be going off on the second shot. But boy, does that suck to shoot.
Now, to be fair, with them going off on the second shot, that is improvement to what I've seen, because a lot of these were just like flat out duds, not going off at all, to the point to where I stopped bothering trying with this batch. So just the fact that those 3 fired, that is definitely improvement to what we're seeing. This does have a heavy firing pin spring inside of it. I'm sure someone's going to say something. Yes, I'm aware that heavy firing pin springs exist for exactly what we're doing here. Okay, my sights were set out to like 400 yards. No wonder I was hitting high. Oh, goodness. Okay, we see improvement. This is better. Not great, but better. I notice I'm not hitting my damn steel target, though. That's what I'm shooting at. Ah, come on, baby. Don't be like that. This one might just be a dud. Oh, no, she fired that time. And sometimes you just gotta give these a little extra love. So this is definitely not something I'd want to bet my life on. But you never know. Might go bang. There we go. I got it that time. Dude, this stuff is hitting super, super high. I was aiming like a foot under that target. I hit it, though. Is that target still standing? Can you see it?
It's gone.
Oh, yeah. I bet it is.
It's gone.
Well, let's see what we got here, then. Oh, goodness. Oh. Okay. So, it's better. We have seen that my efforts to make this stuff usable, not great. Definitely not great. But definitely better than what it was. Because I remember... Actually, I think it was one of the times where we were out here where I brought out this particular batch of ammo and I wanted to see how well it ran. And every single round was just click, bang, click, bang, click, click, click. So, not great, but certainly better. I will take it. Maybe if I put it in rice for a little longer, or maybe if I put the rice in the sun so it gets hot, I don't know. At this point, I'm just stabbing in the dark trying to make this unreliable ammo more reliable. And I guess I'm just going to have to keep testing it out. So that's that test, and that test kind of sucked. Since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garrett. Shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.